he walked down the steps of the Supreme Court building for what could well be his final address as Chief Justice. And David Maraga maintained that fierce and firm tone, shooting straight in defense of the independence of the judiciary. For his parting shot, Maraga went hammer and tongs for what he described as the contentious provisions of the proposed BBI constitutional changes. He declared that the proposed appointment of a Judiciary Ombudsman is a bad idea.
It is for this reason that the Judiciary recommends, among others, that the structure and functions of the Ombudsman, as proposed by the BBI report under the Constitution of Kenya Amendment Bill 2020, be abandoned, and instead the Judiciary Ombudsman be appointed by the Judicial Service Commission with a mandate to conduct investigations and report to the Judicial Service Commission, which will take appropriate action as authorized by the Constitution.
Maraga says having an ombudsman as proposed by the BBI will trigger a constitutional mix-up and want the proposals deleted from the referendum bill. The retiring Chief Justice then trained his guns on the composition of the Judicial Service Commission. Maraga is warning that the JSC is on the verge of being taken over by the executive arm of government.
The unusually heavy tilt towards executive representation in the JSC compared to other commissions has the potential danger of entrenching executive authority in the JSC and by extension in the judiciary.
And in a letter seen by Citizen TV, Maraga passed the judiciary leadership mantle to Deputy Chief Justice Philomena Mwilu. The letter read in part, "I hereby authorize you, Philomena Mbete Mwilu, to act as Chief Justice of the Republic of Kenya and perform all duties and functions of Chief Justice." The letter further states, "I shall return on the 11th January 2021 to formally hand over to you to continue acting as Chief Justice of Kenya for a period not exceeding 6 months or until a new Chief Justice is appointed." Maraga term as Chief Justice may well be described as one of the most eventful seasons in the recent history of Kenya's judiciary. It is a term that saw the unprecedented nullification of a presidential election, a decision the Supreme Court took in September 2017, with Maraga invoking, quote, "the fear of God and fidelity to the law." Maraga was to strike again with the unprecedented. 2 months ago, CJ Maraga advised President Uhuru Kenyatta to dissolve Parliament for failing to enact laws on the 2/3 gender rule. Just like the nullification of the presidential election in 2017, it was the ruling that left the political class gasping for air. Stephen Letos, Citizen TV.